Muckers, welcome back to the second video I am posting today. If you're here for this one or just the first one, whatever, I appreciate you choosing to spend even a little portion of your day. I really do. Thank you so much. And I'm very interested for today's video because we are talking about someone, a contender if you will, that we haven't spoken about in quite some time. And I honestly I don't mean to be shady, but I didn't even know this person was still creating content because nobody talks about him anymore. It's James Charles. You've read the title. But like, no one really talks about James Charles anymore. Also, this shirt means so much to me because it says just keep swimming, and it's Dory, obviously, from Finding Nemo. This was what my friend Alexandra, this was her kind of momentum to keep going. This was her catchphrase, just keep swimming, when she was battling cancer. And whenever I was in America, me and my friend went to Downtown Disney and they had this in one of the shops, and it just made me think about her and how much I miss her. And so I saw this whenever I was unpacking my suitcase, and I was like, I need to wear it. So Alexandra, I love you, and we all love you, and we miss you. And anyway, not to bring the video down, but so James Charles, no one really does speak about him anymore. And I don't know if that's just me, but I would say that I'm pretty like tuned in with like the radar of like what's happening with the influencers. I just think that he's not exciting anymore, and I'm not saying that to be bitter, I'm not saying that to be mean, I'm not saying that to whatever. I just think that there was a certain stage where you couldn't go anywhere in the beauty space without hearing about James Charles. Like, everyone was speaking about him. He actually was always called like one of the most creative ones in the beauty space, which is ironic as well because he always would steal his ideas from smaller black creators on the platform, but whatever. And so he used to always be hailed as that. And, you know, he got his own show on YouTube, and he was really at the peak, and then the Bi Sister thing happened. We're not going to get into that. And then, you know, he was able to get his redemption after that. Sister Squad, Emma Chamberlain, Dolan Twins, blah, blah, blah. He was doing trans. He kind of mingled his way from makeup into lifestyle videos and vlogs. He was hanging out with the TikTokers, partying during the pandemic, Lorraine, all these different people. Then the Tati Westbrook, Shane Dawson, Jeffree Star thing happened. And then the allegations happened on top of the other ones. And it just kind of seemed that like people were kind of over it. And I actually didn't know what was happening with him until I went on TikTok. And I saw that TikTok had recommended me on my For You page a new profile. And it was James Charles Makeup. So I clicked on it and I was like, oh, he's rebranded himself now again as like solely doing makeup or whatever. And the videos were super interesting. So I only learned through this that he's actually launching his makeup company in the next 2 months. Like he said, he's releasing his first products in the start of 2023. So that could be as early as January. So we now have another person releasing a makeup brand or a skincare brand, or fuck me, so many of them on the market is so saturated. But anyway, ta-da! James Charles is coming out with his own one, and it kind of begged the question. First of all, I do have something that I will show you that I just think is so frustrating to do with this, but is anyone here for a James Charles makeup line anymore? Like, Jeffree Star, as much as people don't like him, a lot of people still buy his products because as much as they don't like him, they agree that he kind of solidified the brand as having, at least at the start, good quality products. But with James Charles, I don't even associate him with makeup anymore. I associate him with some things I won't say on video, otherwise I will get sued. Like, that's kind of where my mind goes when I think about James Charles, and I never really think about him as makeup anymore, nor do I really think that, like, there's any real exciting values about him starting a makeup brand. Like, with Jeffree, I think eyeshadow, right? Like, the eyeshadows, and he let me tell you, as much as I don't like him, he's done that well, and he got that market. Kylie Jenner, no one's really here for her makeup anymore, but I think of, like, the lipsticks. And this goes for so many different brands and stuff like that. And like for even recent brands, Selena Gomez, Rare Beauty, it's not makeup, it's like makeup that like embraces your own beauty. And I'm not saying that to be shady, I love Selena Gomez and I have some, but it's meant to be makeup, no makeup, like very light stuff, and then that's her niche. Rihanna solidified her own shit as having like a great fucking product list. And, you know, Lady Gaga rebranded, but even her first time, there was just, there's not really anything exciting about launching a makeup brand anymore. And James Charles specifically, when I think about him, what do I think about? If I'm excusing the allegations, I think about the white face, you know, whatever he went to like the red carpet, and I think about his like makeup fails, and I'm not like, oh, lipstick or mascara or whatever like that. But anyway, beyond that, He's been taken to this makeup account to basically just get free labor from his followers. Like, it is very unprofessional. He's literally coming on here and being like, I do not know what I'm doing with my makeup brand that's launching in a couple months. So can you let me know what things you think that our brand should have that would make us more exciting? You know, because there's so many people in the market, like what would separate us, and give me your ideas, and what products do you think would be success? What are people buying? He's literally using his followers as like a marketing ploy, and I don't know how people aren't seeing it as literally being used for free labor on these people who are on social media, who are consumers. He's literally using consumers for free. Literally, brands pay people to be like brand consumers and then get, you know, trial testings and whatever like that. He's using his followers right now, and I don't know how they're not seeing that. And it makes me really angry that he's doing that, because you're literally just using your followers, and then they think that they're being involved in the process. The full thing with the conspiracy video that he did with, you know, Shane did with Jeffree. But anyway, I want to show you this video. So he posted this first one, and he's getting praised for including his audience in the process of creating the makeup brand. But to me, I don't know if it's because I'm not really, like, in the world of, like, buying every single makeup release by everyone. I watch this and I'm like, oh, this is a very bad businessman who has no confidence in his brand, doesn't believe it's good, has no idea what he's doing, knows he missed the mark. If James Charles was to sell makeup, why didn't he do it whenever he released the Morphe collab? You know, the eyeshadow thing. Didn't that do well? I mean, the reviews were mixed, but, like, why didn't you? You've missed the mark. You're never going to be a Jeffree Star Cosmetics. And Jeffree Star Cosmetics isn't even Jeffree Star Cosmetics anymore. Those sales are down, allegedly. But anyway, we'll watch this video and I want to know what you think about it. And then we'll talk. There's two videos.
I'll make a product for my makeup line. My first product is done and is launching in the beginning of 2023. Until then now, I wanted to get a head start on a bunch of other products. Instead of kind of making it a big secret, I wanted to take you behind the scenes and show you guys the lab samples that I've been working on and get your thoughts and feedback in real time so your opinions can actually affect the final product. One product that
like,
I love to get your
this is coming across to a lot of people as feeling involved in the process. No, you're the people that are buying it, and you're literally basically being the manufacturers of it. He's about to show you some half-assed pressed palettes that are loose, that are dusty, that are whatever, and he's like, we're working on it, it's not there yet, but what colors are you thinking? He's basically trying to save as much money, and that involves making less product, and that also involves not hiring people to, you know, give their opinions, but use the audience. And I just think it's so embarrassing to literally come on, and he's going to say this in a second, and be like, I have no idea the direction I'm going with my brand. You're launching it in 2 months. If you have no confidence in it, no one's going to have any confidence in it. But anyway.
Back on is blush. I posted a poll on my Instagram stories a couple
Blush.
of months ago asking
Revolutionary.
people if they liked cream, liquid, or powder blushes best. And I was pretty surprised that powder and cream actually won by a landslide. So I designed a mock-up in Photoshop of what I wanted the blush packaging to look like, as well as a bunch of different colors, and I sent it over to the lab. A couple of weeks later, I received this back in the mail. As you can see, a couple came cracked, and I don't mind showing you guys these either because, unfortunately...
Sorry, even at this, aside from the fact that they look so dusty and just bad, this is why we do not need more makeup brands. This is nothing you haven't seen before. And this is also, aside from it being incredibly boring, like even the color scheme that we're going on here, you can find this in the drugstore. You can find all of these in, if you're in the UK, Boots. If you're in the US, CVS. I don't know any other, maybe corner shops in European places, or if in South America, or in, you know, all these different places in the world, Australia, New Zealand. I'm going to show how unintelligent I am, because that's where I cut off knowing places around the world. But seriously, this is the revolutionary thing that he's been working on his entire career. Keep in mind, this was someone who was once hailed as, like, the most creative in the YouTube space. I think we're really going to show now that whenever he doesn't have ideas to steal, whew. Anyway.
The lab did not do the best of jobs at bringing the colors I designed to life. This is
the
just
colors
the
I
first
designed.
round. We're going to try it out and see how
it's like every other color palette that's out there.
Starting off with the cream formula first. I'm going to dip into this, like, little peachy girly right up top and see how this one works. Definitely not as pigmented as I would like it to be. For me personally, I prefer a little bit more pigmented than this, but obviously not, like, crazy. It's not giving. It's not. Let me try a more vibrant color. Let me do, like, this kind of...
And also, this is not coming across well to me at all, that you're literally trying out half-assed versions of the final product you're going to release and be like, I don't like how this looks. I don't like how this looks. That, again, just is so unprofessional. That's not like, ooh, you're including your audience. I don't even know why you're literally showing off your to-be-released products and being like, this is bad. I don't see the appeal. I really don't.
Here. Oh, see, now that's a little too pigmented, I think. Okay, let's go ahead and set it in place and try the powders. When it comes to the packaging, originally I envisioned these being duos, where it's like one component, but you get a cream and a powder formula in the same little thing. But I've recently been thinking, like, so many brands have released blush duos already, and by the time that this launches, will cream blush even, like, be a trend anymore? Will we on to, like, gel blush, spray blush? Ooh. No. But you know what I mean. So do we want blush duos? Do we want cheaper singles? Do we want a palette? I could even do a palette. 4 creams, 4 powders, 8 powders, 8 creams. I don't know. Enough talking. Let's try this powder.
So keep in mind, he started this off by saying that this is launching in basically the start of next year, which is in 2 months' time. So just know that whenever that product releases, it's being rushed because he's still on the final versions of them right now, which I don't know why he's doing this and showing this off, because it literally is just showing that the products are not done. You don't like how they look. This is like, what's the equivalent I could do right now? This is, I have my Adam and Eve sponsorship. This video is not sponsored, so I don't have to put hashtag ad, but code Adam50, well, okay, we're not gonna go down that way. This is like if I created this. This is so I go to you, this is my lib. It's currently just water, but in a couple months, maybe it'll be lib. Like, you're basically being like, the product isn't what the product should be, but whenever it's being released in like a month's time, hopefully it'll be like that. And you're also being like, that would be me like, do you want it in this bottle? Do you want it in something else? That should be done by now. Like, if you're making this big deal about launching your product and you want it to be so successful or whatever like that, and you don't even know anything about it, how are you expecting this to be a success? Spoiler, it's not.
A little bubblegummy pink one down here, because this one's pretty. That is not giving. Is it?
Like,
no,
this isn't you being transparent about your products. This comes across as a bad business model right now.
How you really need to layer this up to get any pigment. Sorry about that. I had to take a quick pause to watch Stream's face reveal, but I am back to the blush. I do love the idea of the buildable formula, but I feel like asking customers to layer something up 5 or 6 times is a little bit too much. So I'm gonna write down all my thoughts and send over to the lab for the next round of samples, and I think that's all of my notes, but I want to hear your notes. I want to hear all of your thoughts so I can make the best product for you. See you soon. Hold on, pause. You know what I just realized? Putting the cream back over top of the powder blush when you have it already sat down is... Oh, bitch, that's eating.
James, when he sees a young... Oh, I'm not gonna finish this. I'm avoiding a lots it. Okay, and then he's getting a lot of praise for this. Someone said, thank you so much for your honesty and drive to make the best product you can. So we're gonna watch his response to that. Am I really missing the point here, or am I not seeing this as like making the audience feel included, but instead this product is gonna be rushed and he has no idea what he's doing with his brand? If you are literally having to beg your audience to know what they want with the brand, it's not their brand. Sorry, audience. Like, it's not their brand. Like, if you're that unoriginal, unconfident in what you're releasing, maybe you shouldn't be releasing anything. Like, this needs to be, you hear about these success stories in makeup brands where they're like, they had an idea, they did it, it was successful. Kylie Jenner, insecure about her lips, that was her thing, right? That was her thing. Jeffree Star, every brand at the time was making like dull eyeshadow palettes. He was one of the, first ones, not the first, but one of the first to, really make colorful eyeshadow palettes. It just is like, Rihanna, inclusivity. James Charles has no idea where he's going. Like, anyway, okay. I don't know how this is now being rebranded as like the audience are so involved kind of thing. Is this his like conspiracy series moment? I assume.
I never got a chance to say thank you guys so fucking much for all the positive comments and feedback that I got on this video where I asked you for your opinion on a product I was working on for my brand. I was not sure about posting it, but I am so glad that I did.
It like
and
makes
I'm so
you look
glad that you guys are
unprofessional.
excited about being able to be a part of the behind the scenes process, which brings me to
What do you mean a part of the behind the scenes process? For the behind the scenes of a product that's releasing very soon? Like, there has to be some sort of drive that you know what you're doing, then you can ask for feedback, but like, to not even have the bare bones and need some like... Alright.
I have another question for you.
Oh, another
The brand will be launching at the beginning of 2023, which means it's coming up soon, and one thing that's on my mind constantly is my launch strategy, which, to be honest, I do not have locked in yet. I have a couple of ideas, but I really wanted to ask you guys, as the consumers and as the audience, what could a new brand do to grab your attention? Like, what would be something that...
This is what you hire people for and pay them for, James. I know you love stealing your ideas, and you have famously throughout your entire career, but like, this is where like your own originality comes in, or if you're gonna pay someone for their originality, you pay them for it. He literally just said that he's launching his brand very soon, and he has no idea how they're gonna market it and how the launch is gonna go.
Make you stop in your tracks and make you be like, oh shit, like, what are they doing? That's so cool. You know what I mean? Like, whether it's a photo shoot, whether it's some type of content, I'm open to hearing everything.
Photo shoot,
I feel
revolutionary.
like the industry is so oversaturated, and at this point, I'm just tired of seeing like the slay videos with the perfect models wearing the product, which I've done before. So like, I'm not saying that in a shady way, but like, what do you guys think?
Revolutionary. Listen, none of this comes across as, oh, he included the audience, or, oh, this is so nice to me. This comes across as pure unprofessionalism and pure exploitation of his audience, if I'm being 100% transparent. 100% transparent. Alright, well, let me know your opinions, muckers. I love you. Thank you for watching. If you click the link down below, it's my second channel. I'm posting every single day over there. Please go check it out. And also the Facebook group. Come join. I will accept you. Let me know your opinions on this mess. Even if I was to release a makeup brand, I would probably have a little bit of an idea on what to do rather than this full. And I have no ideas. Alright, bye.